This is News Now. My name is Perpetua Fasomi Peter. And now the news in detail. The Court of Appeal in Abuja on Friday dismissed an appeal by Anne Nwanyibuife Agom Eze and confirmed the senatorial candidacy of Governor David Umahi. The Court of Appeal set aside the judgment of the Federal High Court and all the orders it made. It also held that the High Court was wrong when it upheld Anne's counter-affidavit and failed to uphold the primary election of 9th June 2022, where Governor Umahi was nominated as the APC senatorial candidate, as the nomination was never challenged by anybody within 14 days as prescribed by Section 285, subsection 9 of the 1999 Constitution. The appellate court proceeded to grant all the relief sought by Governor Umahi and the APC in the trial court. The leadership of the House of Representatives will seek an audience with President Muhammadu Buhari on the resolution of the ongoing face-off between the federal government and Academic Staff Union of Universities (ASU), with the outcome of its interactions with stakeholders in the dispute, Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila said on Thursday. This is as the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation revealed its readiness to accommodate issues of concern to ASU over the payment platforms, Integrated Payroll Personnel Information Service, IPS, and the University Transparency Accountability Solution, UTAS, that constituted a major part of the issues that led to the strike. According to the Speaker, the leadership in the next couple of days will put up a report of its interactions with key stakeholders in the dispute and come up with recommendations that will enable the President to view the issues at stake from an informed second option. Speaking at the last meeting of the House leadership with stakeholders, Gbajabiamila said the information gathered from the extensive interactions would assist the leadership in arriving at fact-based recommendations for the resolution of the crisis. Presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, visited Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, for a closed-door meeting with State Executive Governor Seyi Makinde. Briefing newsmen shortly after the session, which lasted about 45 minutes, the former Anambra State Governor once again restated his commitment towards addressing all the challenges which had over the years plagued the Nigerian masses.
Campaign started yesterday. I say, for every Nigerian, not just obedient, remain prayerful for our country. Remember it in prayers that we have peaceful, free and fair election, fair competition, and everything. For the obedient groups, remain peaceful. We want a campaign-based, issue-based election. We want an issue-based election where people will come, candidates, not through spokesperson, not through via anybody, but let the candidates come and show their commitment. As I'm talking to you now, you're putting it on tape, and I said to Nigerians, trust me, I will start from day one to start showing visible, measurable progress, and I'll be held responsible. We don't want somebody to come and tell us about complain. The job of leader is not to complain or to blame anybody. I don't want to blame anybody for what happened yesterday. We are at the point of hiring a new CEO for the enterprise called Nigeria. And I'm offering myself. And I said, I don't want to blame anybody. I don't want to give excuses. My duty is to solve problems. That's the duty of leader. My duty is to show visible, measurable progress.
Meanwhile, the national chairman of the Labour Party, Barrister Julius Abure, says the party will spring surprises at the 2023 general elections. Speaking in an exclusive interview with iBrandTV in Abuja, the Labour Party national chairman decried the poor state of the nation.
There's no doubt that we have been having a series of challenges. When I emerged as the national chairman of Labour Party, the task first and foremost was to rebrand the party. We needed to reposition the party because the party had a battered image. We had to rebrand it, reposition it for effective performance. And thereafter, we had to engage in the Anambra election. And today, we are emerging as one of the leading opposition political parties in Nigeria. It has not been easy, but we've been able to surmount all the challenges, and we have repositioned the party for effective performance. Today, Labour Party has become an alternative political party to all others, and we are very sure that come 2023, we are going to produce the president of Nigeria. Well, that is fallacy, and people who have decided to deceive themselves and live in illusion. You allow them to live in illusion. I've always maintained that it's even better for your opponent to underrate you. In 2006 in Edo, PDP underrated us. I said we're not going to make waves. But by 2007, the result was very clear. Today, I have always maintained that structure is about the people. And the Peter Obi's movement and the Labour Party movement today is about the people. It's about the people of Nigeria. The people are tired of all other political parties, and they have keyed into this, into the Labour Party and the Peter Obi's project. And therefore, by next year, the result will tell you whether it will translate into votes or not.
And moving on, terrorism and recurring attacks on schools across the country have been described as a cankerworm, which, if left unchecked, could be catastrophic to the unity of Nigeria and could adversely affect the national economy. This was the consensus at the 7th Quadrennial National Delegates Conference for members of the Nigeria Union of Teachers held in Ibadan. Speaking at the occasion, National President of the NUT, Audu Titus Amba, called on government at all levels to brace up and provide adequate security in and around schools across the country, a standpoint other speakers at the conference also re-echoed.
Intervention. The government and the authorities have been hiding under this intervention of 18. You know, your UNESCO, World Bank intervention and some other things. If you go to the most, some state of federation, you know, especially at the primary school level, you know that most of this development we used to report, they are through this intervention because they are mandated, they are compelled to actually provide few things, you know, which the government should be able to do, you know, at a particular year.
With the attack on Chibok girls, and since then we have seen so many attacks on Nigerian schools, which is a big challenge to the federal government of Nigeria. The insecurity situation actually is a global challenge. It's a global challenge. So many countries are actually affected by the insecurity situation, but the attack on school has become something that is very, you know, becoming more of a regular occurrence in our country today, which we have never seen before.
The challenges that are being experienced in many countries, including Nigeria, are worrisome enough for insecurity in schools to be made a topic of discussion, and I appreciate that the National Nigerian Union of Teachers had made that a specific topic.
But the fact that apart from the welfare of teachers, which is important to us as a state, we've also been able to impact the education sector by recruitment of teachers and motivating the teachers by training and retraining them. But we're also motivating them by paying them as a training, because it is very demoralizing when you work and you don't get paid.
The need to hold public officials accountable with evidence of their actions and inactions was the thrust of a workshop put together by the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project Workshop (SERAP) to train Nigerians on how to hold their leaders accountable. iBrandTV correspondent Kayode Shopekon has the report.
Nigeria will always have a budget hearing and present the fiscal plan for the year, you know, to the citizens. And of course, from the advocacy we've had with the government over time, you know, we've been able to have states that have opened up the processes for most citizens to be involved. But the problem now is that citizens aren't involved, and citizens don't want to take their initiative in taking steps and knowing what is happening and what has been placed on the budget for them, even to the community level. Now, the first thing I would recommend for every citizen, due to our own process that follow the money, which we have tested and we've seen, is for citizens to drive their advocacy from the budget angle using either the e-tender process, where they can be able to tell actually how much have been released, who are the beneficiaries of this project, and which communities are this project going to, and who the implementing agency is. So if you type on online e-tender, you will see that e-tender will provide you the details of projects that have been bidded for by government and by contractors, to implement in different states.
Some Nigerians have expressed mixed reactions over the current state of the nation since its freedom from colonial rule in 1960. iBrand senior reporter Ebonyi in this report takes a look at what Nigerians think about the celebration.
Became a British protectorate in 1901 and was granted independence from her colonial masters on October 1, 1960. Some schools and their pupils, in recognition of the 62nd independence celebration, were filled with joy. At some shops around Lagos metropolis, there were displays of the nation's color, green, white, green, setting the mood for another independence celebration. To some Nigerians, the nation may not have gotten to its expected destination, but has recorded many developmental strides since 1960 in spite of the many challenges it's going through.
For the first time in a long time, we have successful change of government, democratic game of government without coup. We are getting there. We are having stability and balance. And as we add more of the human resource we have a lot of human resource in the country. As we get more and more involved in running the country, a lot of people who have the capacity are running back. They are scared of politics. They don't want to get involved. So as the year goes on, people get more and more involved, technocrats, we would get there. The country will get there. It will get balance. It will get there. We are moving there.
It's worth celebrating. When you have life, there is hope. When there's life, there is hope. There's still much more. There's room for us to get better. We might be crawling now, but of course, definitely we are going to stand up and start working. We'll stand upright, we'll work well. So I think we are still at the developmental stage. Yes, it was celebrating.
Nigeria's 62nd independence celebration, despite it all, is worth celebrating. Like I would say, we don't have any other nation apart from this nation, and we wouldn't celebrate any other country but ours. We believe God that God will show up. It is not the end, and we let the young ones know that there are better days ahead of us in Nigeria. We believe so, and it will come to pass in Jesus' name.
To others, the country has done nothing for its citizens to celebrate.
I no feel life for you. Some people know they happy. The way some people they talk, say, they happy at all. Because of children, now people they buy and say, be say because of children. So many parents say, no, they happy buy and say, like last year. Because of children, now people they buy and say.
Our feeling is things is not going normal. A 62 years old man supposed to retire in his or working place. Look at now, all these our members are seeing, okay, they are graduates, but there's no work. People are not happy to celebrate independence. That's why you see people are annoyed. So we have to celebrate, but let government do something good to youth. Let them know that we are the one that let them there. And they are go to that place, they forget the masses. It's very bad.
We are celebrating nothing now. Insecurity everywhere. Can you travel to your own village? Which state you come from? Can you? Now we are everywhere. Insecurity everywhere, so nothing to celebrate. Everybody to just stay house, enjoy himself, jeje. If you get work, go. That's all. There's nothing to celebrate.
We still there alive now. We go celebrate. No light, no good road, but no good. Everything has to change now.
The federal government declared Monday, 3rd October 2022 as public holiday to mark the nation's 62nd Independence Day. Ebonyi reporting for iBrandTV News.